welcome back to Love Your Food. It's getting back into holiday party season, so this week's recipe is very simple party mix. This is one of those traditional party mixes. It's frequently referred to as trash. It's got all of your favorite cereals in it. It's dead easy, but it is really delicious and keeps people just coming back to the bowl for more. Everyone wants to just eat a lot of it. So we have some salted mixed nuts. We're going to be using some Crispix, some Shreddies, some just plain Cheerios, some walnut pieces. These are slightly seasoned Planters peanuts. We've got some Goldfish, any kind of cheese cracker will do. We've got some pecan halves and some pretzel sticks. So that's going to be the mix itself. The rest of the ingredients are simple. It's going to be Tabasco, a little bit of Worcester sauce, and a fair amount of butter, actually, and this is salted butter. Obviously, with the amount of salt in here, there's no additional salt or anything like that. So first thing we are going to do is melt our butter. So let's get that onto a low heat. And we want to just melt it. We don't want it to be foaming or frothing or boiling or anything like that. In the meantime, we'll get all of our ingredients into the mixing bowl. This is an incredibly complicated process. As you can see, we layer everything. No, it's very simple. We are just going to toss everything into the bowl together. And again, these ingredients are all completely optional. You can leave any of these out. You can add something that you like. Coming back to our butter, it is just all getting melted right now. So once you have no more pieces, you can see those last few little pieces disappearing in there. So once that is fully melted, remove it from the heat right away. And you can see there's no more pieces of cold butter in there at all. And immediately we're going to start adding our ingredients. So here comes our Worcester sauce, and we're going to have all the amounts in the recipe below. This is an incredibly easy to scale recipe, so you can make a large amount of it just by doubling this recipe if you're having a big party, or you want to save some for a couple of different parties. You want to bring some to the office, share it around. It does last pretty well in a good sealed container. So this is our Worcester sauce going into the butter, followed closely by the Tabasco sauce. Now you can really zip this up a little bit if you want to add more Tabasco. You're going to have a little bit more spicy party mix. You can even do it in two batches, have one that's spicy, one that's not. But do add a little bit, because that little bit of acid, that tiny little acidic zing, really does help the whole flavor come together. And from here, we are just going to add that to our mix. And as usual, all of the amounts for the ingredients are going to be in the description below. So you want to give that a good stir and make sure everything is well combined. All those beautiful, mostly carby things are well coated with our butter mix. And you can see right now it is quite wet. It is covered with the butter. It's everything's soaking in. So we're just going to spread it out into a roasting pan here, or a baking sheet. And make sure it's good and spread, that there's not some little pretzel sticks sticking up or anything like that. Definitely make sure we get all of our amazing mix out of the bowl. So we're just going to get a nice scraper and get everything out of there. And while we're at it, we'll get all the butter out of the pan. And this is going to go in the oven. So we're going to pop that into the oven. It takes an hour total. So originally the plan was we were going to do half an hour and then stir, and then another half an hour. And we decided to break that up a little bit more. So we actually did 20 minutes. And we took it out after 20 minutes just to make sure everything was going well. So we're going to pull that out. And after 20 minutes, you can see it's still quite wet. There's still a lot of butter at the bottom of the pan. There's still a lot of butter coating all of the items. One thing you may notice is the Cheerios have soaked up a lot of the butter mix and have shrunk, which makes them absolutely fantastic. They're so delicious. So we're going to give it a good stir, re-spread it out. And then this is going to go back into the oven. So we're going to pop that back into the oven. And that's going to go for another 20 minutes. And here we go, another 20 minutes, and it comes out again for another stir. And you can see already it's quite different. There's still some butter down at the bottom, but it is much drier overall. So what we're going to do is give it another stir, get some of the ingredients at the bottom to the top if you can, and make sure we're getting the last few bits to soak up the rest of the butter. And as I said, there's a lot of ways to replace ingredients in this. We're using those little cheddar Goldfish, but you can use whatever brand of little cheese crackers you like, cheese nips or cheez-its or anything like that. They're a great addition in there. And then back in the oven. This is going to go in for its last 20 minutes for an hour total of cooking time. And then after another 20 minutes, it comes out, and you can see it is much drier overall. There is still just a tiny bit of butter down at the bottom of the roasting pan that we've used, but overall it is much drier. And as it cools, the last of it is going to soak into all the ingredients, and it's going to get everything really nice and crispy. You can see everything is nicely coated with that delicious mix. And then once that's completely cooled, it's ready to hit bowls for your party. And that's it. That's the whole recipe. Super, super simple. Absolutely delicious. Really dead easy way to entertain and provide this great savory, salty snack for parties. Everyone comes back to the bowl for more. It is just one of those things that everyone wants to eat a lot of at a party. So we hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this recipe, please do like and subscribe. And if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. And remember to love your food.